Breaking news, dear friends. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, happy weekend to you all. There is palpable tension that Mieti Allah is trying to cause tension in the southeast, especially Anambra State and Enugu. There is this accusation and allegation they are leveling against our people, especially the indigenous security people, because they really want everywhere to be, left for them to take over, to do whatever they want. But they are noticing that the resistant forces there is second to none. The resistant forces second to none in the southeast. Okay, so now let me read what they are garbaging to the public, because they are actually using propaganda to talk you down so that you give way for them to penetrate. And if you dare do that, their penetration is always harmful, and they kill a whole many people without provocation. They just launch attack and start killing. Let me read what they are garbaging once again, please. Bear with me. It said the Mieti Allah Cattle Breeders Association of Nigeria MACBAN has reignited tension across the country, accusing indigenous security outfits in the southeastern region of killing its members. This allegation comes amid a backdrop of ongoing farmer herder attacks and heightened insecurity in the region. According to MACBAN National Deputy Director General Gidado Siddiqui, the group claims to have lost 16 members and hundreds of cattle in Anambra and the Enugu states over the past 2 months. Regrettably, we have consistently found ourselves targeted by criminal elements and at the same time unfairly blamed for criminal acts we have no involvement in. Our markets have been indiscriminately destroyed under the guise of rooting out criminality, yet no evidence of wrongdoing has been found. Even in the remote areas where we graze our cattle, we face increasing threats from criminals without due response from the government or local leaderships. We appeal to the government of Southeast, imagine, and the leader of our host communities to recognize us as strategic stakeholders and refrain from unfounded attribution of wrongdoing to every herdsman out there. We implore them to support us in times of need and instruct their security forces to discern between genuine pastoralists and criminal elements masquerading as such. They vehemently deny accusation of criminal activities against their members and assert they are simply legitimate pastoralists engaged in the lawful tending of cattle. Siddiqui's claim requires independent verification. However, they do tap into a long-standing narrative promoted by MACBAN regarding the targeting of Fulani herders. This narrative often fails to acknowledge the complexities of the farmer herder attacks, which can involve issues like cattle straying onto farmlands, destruction of crops, and retaliatory attacks. The allegation is also likely to inflame existing tension in the southeast. The region has witnessed a rise in violence and separatist sentiment in recent years. Security outfits have been established by some communities to address insecurity concerns, but their methods have sometimes been controversial. It is important to note that some Southeast communities have also accused Fulani herders of violence and criminal activities. This accusation further complicates the issue and highlights the need for a a nuanced understanding of the conflict. The onus now falls on authorities to thoroughly investigate the alleged killing of MACBAN members. Transparency and accountability are crucial to de-escalate tension and find a lasting solution to the farmer-herder attack. He said, furthermore, open communication and dialogue between communities and herders groups are essential. Addressing the root cause of the conflict, such as lack of grazing reserve and proper conflict resolution mechanism, will be critical in preventing future violence. Okay, this is what we see. It can only happen in Nigeria. When you go to the US or other developed countries, you will never see any animal roaming about any farmland. No, that will not happen. But it is only in Zoological Republic where Fulani, the strangers, the vagabonds, the wanderers from Sahel, from Senegal, from Niger, they wander like fools. They wander like their animals. And now they will now wander into your farmlands and start destroying farmlands. When you talk, they will kill you and they call it conflicts, whereas they are attacking farmers. Well, we are here to tell our people that, please, if you see them, go ahead of them to do whatever. Don't allow them to lay their filthy hands on you. We thank God that they counter resistance by telling us that there are actually indigenous security. This indigenous security members is what we want to hear. In as much as they are indigenous, we are good to go, because our region will not be left bare for you to operate, to suppress, to kill, and to maim our people. Enough is enough. We are talking about division, that you should please stay clear, stay on your own. You are busy telling us that cattle reserve and all that is what will stop conflict. What is our business? What is the business you have in the East? All right? What is the business you have in the East? You are doing your private business. You are using it to destroy farmlands. And you are telling us what will solve it is for us to give you land. What happens to the vast land in the North? Why are you leaving it to roam about in a very narrow land in the Southeast? Are you not ashamed of yourself? Troublemakers of our time. We know you. And everybody must know that Southeast are talking about separation. We are talking about Biafra. We are talking about freedom. We are talking about letting go all this criminal element. Let them go. Let them go back to their region so that we can stay alive. That is what we are talking about now, and nothing more, nothing else. Any governor or any chairman of a local government that wants to sign whatever they don't know will use his head to carry it, because we are all ears and all eyes watching. And that's it, my people. We want you to please help us to wrap it up, and by sharing, like, and subscribe to the channel. God bless you all.